Today I will be presenting Legalizing Marijuana for my instructor Bradley Robbins, and I'm presenting this on December 7th. Illegal marijuana is a big issue for the government and the people in matters of danger, accessibility, and taxes. In the 1930s, buyers and sellers of marijuana were failing to pay taxes on it. Therefore, marijuana became illegal on a federal level. The first state to legalize marijuana was California. Soon after, 18 states followed in their lead. In 1937, the Tax Act of 1937 was passed, which requires buyers and sellers to pay taxes on the marijuana being distributed. Here you can see a picture of the tax stamps. The first two people to be arrested by the Federal Bureau of Narcotics was Moses Baca for possession of a quarter pound of marijuana and Samuel Caldwell for dealing. They were arrested due to failed payment of their taxes on marijuana. Around 1967, Harry Anslinger prohibited the use of marijuana because people were not following the law correctly. The American government was not receiving taxes on the marijuana being distributed, therefore they legalized marijuana on a federal level. Making marijuana illegal only led to people dealing illegally, so the government does not acquire tax money either way. It is the society's fault for not following the law, which led to the prohibition of marijuana. People are determined to do drugs regardless of the law, and a lot of deaths and incidents have occurred from buyers going to dangerous sellers. If marijuana was legal again, then citizens could have more safety when buying marijuana. Concluding, the government should legalize marijuana on a federal level so that they can regulate it and acquire taxes on it again. Marijuana should be legalized on a federal level once again so that the government can receive tax money and regulate it. In this day and age, it would be much easier for the government to regulate it compared to the 1930s. Recreational marijuana can be abused, but passing laws for medical marijuana could solve a lot of issues. It would be regulated by doctor prescription. Another great way that the government could regulate it would be to open dispensaries, but only people with certain requirements can buy it. People without a history of addiction or criminal background would be great qualifiers, or people with any type of issue that marijuana helps treat. These people would need to have some sort of paper or a card to prove any of these things listed above. The pros of medical marijuana. The pros of medical marijuana include help for people who struggle with addictions like prescription drugs, cigarettes, alcohol, and heavy opioids. It helps users with anxiety, back pain, cancer pain, chemotherapy side effects. It improves the production of osteoblasts, which is bone-producing cells. It reduces the symptoms of multiple sclerosis, which is an autoimmune disease. It lowers the chance of type 1 and 2 diabetes. It treats symptoms of ADHD and depression, like anxiety, insomnia, hyperactivity, loss of appetite, etc. It also helps with the overall treatment of cancer. Here's a video that we will not play, but it's about the pros and cons of marijuana. In conclusion, illegal marijuana is a big issue for the government and the people in matters of danger, accessibility, and taxes. The government should legalize it once again to be able to regulate and acquire taxes. The citizens would be safer if marijuana was easier accessible. It is in the best interest for the government and the people if marijuana was legal again. Marijuana is going to be distributed no matter what the law is, so it would be best for America if they at least make some money off of this substance. The only downsides of legalizing marijuana would be that the THC in marijuana causes the high, which can lead to addiction, mental illness, violence, crime, traffic deaths, and many health and social problems. The government legalized alcohol so that they could acquire taxes and regulate it, put an age limit on it, and say people that serve alcohol in gas stations, restaurants, liquor stores, they have to have a license to sell it. So that could be the same for marijuana. And then the government would be able to regulate it and put an age limit on it and acquire taxes. The American Psychiatric Association and other authorities report that current evidence supports, at a minimum, a strong association of marijuana use with the onset of psychiatric disorders. But alcohol also can cause half of these occurrences, and it is still legal. And here we have my works cited, which you can find all of these. I also sourced my pictures and my video